Hello! We're Lemon Knife here with another top 10, or rather top 100 part 1. So this is our top 100 songs. This will be the first installment, 100 through 91. We did this a couple years ago, but always fun to do this kind of thing with the master list of songs. And there's one big difference. What's that, Mia?
That is that we only allow ourselves one song per artist this time. So my top 10 certainly features more than 3 artists this time.
Yes, and there will be only one Crazy Arm song in my top 100.
What a shame.
I know it breaks Mia's little heart.
I have nothing against Crazy Arm, it's just funny.
Proportionally sized to the rest of it, a very nice heart.
Yeah, it's about this big because I'm so small.
Yep. That seemed like a very big heart. Anyway, what's your 100, Mia?
My 100, John, we're going to start right off with the maximum accessibility and relevance with Fanfare for the Common Man, composed by Aaron Copland.
Well, it's very relevant. There are a lot of common men out there.
Yeah, how many uncommon men? I mean, clearly fewer than
Everyone's
than
common and uncommon in their own way.
I'm thinking,
Or maybe
these
it's
like
a tribute to the rapper Common.
Common man, common comma man. Anyway, I don't know. This was composed by request to as sort of a pep rally introduction, if you will, for World War II. Yep, and it was Rasputin, apparently. Oh, what a shame, like be carried on. Rah, rah, rah. No. And I think it just captures that feel very, very well. It's just like, it's very freeform. There's not really a ton of time signature, but the way it just trumpets out, like, yes, this is going to be the century of the common man, as the speech it was supposed to accompany went. That was in the 40s.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, it didn't work out at all. But we can hope, can't we? Someday.
Alright, I will spoil that there are no classical compositions on mine. But my number 100 is the equally classy The Owl by Angry Johnny and the Killbillies. There'll probably be a fair amount of some overlap with my top 10s from other lists. I think I must put this on top country or folk.
Yes, you definitely
The order
did.
may or may not be consistent because my ordering top 100 just kind of arbitrary. And I went for some just what's the best for a given mood. And this is a great creepy song about an owl who gets a man to kill himself.
With the truth.
Yeah, it's yours for free.
No, thank you. I'll take the blue pill. He's holding out his little wings with the 2 pills. Why am I getting such a creepy, suicidal feeling, Alan? My number 99.
Hoot 99?
My number Hoot 99. Is that like Johnny 99, but with an owl?
Well, that closed down the forest. Right.
For something completely different, Super Freak by Rick James. You gotta love it. I mean, it's just such a fun, sort of, dumb song that's just very funky. I mean, so much so that it was sampled very famously by MC Hammer, and it's not hard to see why that bass line is addictive. Yeah, it's you can't touch this. Hammer time.
But yeah, Rick, I think I almost like the 2 versions equally, but Rick James definitely does a great job of his kind of like girl.
His vocal delivery just like takes the whole thing of "ow, girl." The whole thing's so over the top that it's just you can't hate the song. Anyone who hates the song doesn't have a soul.
All right, my number 99 is the only hair metal song on my list. And this one is "You Can Still Rock in America" by Night Ranger.
You can?
Yeah, according to them. Topping out the cheese for this one. So that it has everything. It's got their kind of like, it's got like the slow, it's got that synth hook. It's got like the kind of, oh yeah, all right. It's got like a solo into another solo sped up. It's just very corny, and you can still rock in America, Mia.
Oh yeah.
We might not be still able to make any money doing it, unless you're Muse.
They're not American. Why would you use them?
I don't know. They can
How
still.
about the Strokes?
No, they can't still rock in America. They had their visa revoked.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I'm
they
so
can't
confused.
pay their bills anymore.
Why do they have a visa in the first place? They're American.
Well, because it offered the best interest
I'm
rates.
so confused.
All right, continue on.
Number 98, we continue, very different style of metal that doesn't occur commonly. New metal, that's Toxicity by System of a Down. I guess new metal? I think they've been considered new metal, just good new metal, which is... Anyway, I think this is the quintessential, should be the quintessential anyway, System of a Down song. Just like the way it starts off mysteriously and builds into the big thing, and it goes back into
segments. Yeah.
Serge Tankian's voice certainly like is used to its fullest here, and just like the 7.0, you know, just like that all the way around, just like beginning to end. What a great song.
My number 98 is "Digging for Something" by Superchunk.
Oh.
Superchunky.
Yow. Oh no.
And we'll keep it short. I don't have much to say about it. Just great indie rock song.
Just give him indie rock. Is that on the list?
That is not.
This is a bummer.
Sebado are crying in a garage somewhere.
In a garage somewhere. Keeping in the theme of indie rock, my number 97. I'm sure
Give me indie rock by Sebado.
No, not. They can continue crying in their garage. Maybe they'll move to the driveway after hearing it a second time that it was left on. Oh, I just wanted to be given indie rock. That's so wrong. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see this artist again on John's list higher up, but my number 97 is Debaser by the Pixies.
You actually won't. None of them quite made the cut. I had Debaser on my initial list, but they've like, I love their sound. Their individual songs, none of them quite made it for me.
I think they just held up so well, especially this song, and like eras changing. And
Debaser is great. Debaser would have been my pick.
You'll never hear the word Xian pronounced that that angrily ever again. Guaranteed it. It's like or Debaser pronounced so calmly. The vocal obviously, you know, interacts in a great way that you've never ever seen in Lemon Knife, obviously.
Nope. All right, my number 97. Speaking of Mia's tiny little heart, she shouldn't enter it in a tournament of hearts. Mia
never,
stares
never,
me
ever,
down.
ever.
Yep,
Never,
that's
never,
her
ever,
response
ever.
to
Never,
this
ever.
song.
Never, no. No, I like the song.
The Weaker Thans, just like great songwriters, great kind of like almost like atmospheric storytellers. Like they're like telling like a full patched out story, but they have all these like great details that really like fill in a kind of the world of this person. In this case, it's this guy who's at the bar watching curling and should have called someone.
Now that I think about it, I don't know if any of their songs really have a cutout plot line, do they?
Yeah, except maybe like Virtute. Even it's not like a plot line so much.
It's just more like
they're all kind of like
bothered.
situations. Yeah, like
Poor
Sun
cat.
in an Empty Room.
An Empty Room, yeah. But they're great writers.
The construction site, yeah.
Maybe just the one guy is a great writer. I'm not really sure.
I guess we'd have to listen to whatever they did after he left to go solo.
Oh, did he leave? And they continued on?
I don't think they continued on as the Weaker Thans, but I assume they like formed other bands or something.
Oh, fair enough.
Or maybe they just went back to farming the fertile fields of northern Manitoba.
Oh yeah, they went back to being farmers. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Anyway, going from farms to rivers.
Is that like going from rags to riches?
Probably, actually. I feel like if you go from a farm
gold
to
in the river.
Can you get it in a river boat? Because that's number 90. Now I will say it's kind of neck and neck these days with 100 Mile High City for the Ocean Color Scene songs, but also those are kind of really the only songs I'm particularly familiar with. But that being said, it's such a simple riff, and it is so infectious. It just gets into your skull.
Yeah, and they kind of like raise it and lower it, but they keep playing it to keep it like the pressure on, kind of.
Yeah, like it kind of goes up and down in the atmosphere, and and it's just like, I mean, it's hard to believe it came out in the 90s. It does sound quite classic.
Yeah, well, I guess they're definitely going for kind of a classic.
But they succeed is my point. Some bands try it and don't really succeed at it.
Right. My number 96 is King for a King by Will Varley.
Good choice.
And this is just very pretty song.
Tells
always kind of makes you kind of sad. It's like it's kind of just like the life of this guy told through, and things going full circle.
Kind of Highwayman-esque, like we were saying in that other video, where we definitely didn't see this.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Anything else? Okay, well, number 95 from me is this very straightforward, accessible title, Concerto Number 1 in E major, Opus 8, RU 269 Spring.
No,
by
I'm up 29.
It's very important we get it right, John. Composed by Vivaldi. So this is it's known to song as the John that to John as the song that goes like do 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 do, and we have a running joke where I start singing that and he starts going burn 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 like he's got headphones on. I mean, if every classical piece were this melodic, then classical would certainly be a much more favored genre in general for me. It just, it does, it gets stuck in your head, and it's been used in a lot of media for that reason, really.
Oh yeah, and my 95 is kind of along the same wavelength, you know, that kind of peaceful, uplifting
Oh boy.
Song. This is Titus Andronicus by Titus Andronicus.
Your life is over!
Your life is over! Your life is over! Your life is over! Your life is over!
I was playing my violin!
No more drinking till you fall on the floor!
What about my violin?
No more cigarettes! No more violin!
Oh. Continue.
What a manic guy.
Yes.
What a just, they do a lot of epic songs, I like a lot of those too, but I think my favorite has to be the simple, straightforward, self-titled track that bashes your head in with a scalpel.
I remember hearing this apart from the others and thinking they were just like a punk band. But they're really much more of like an aggressive, like, folk rock?
prog?
Folk prog, yeah.
Like
they're an
folk
interesting
prog,
group.
hard rock.
Somewhere in that. Naturally
that
combining
triangle.
set of branches, yeah.
Somewhere in that finger triangle.
It's a triangle?
I don't know.
Here's
Isn't
the
everything
church,
a
here's the
triangle?
steeple. Open the door. And number 94.
Number 94.
Very, very much along, continuing that theme of peace, here's Firestarter by The Prodigy. hey. It's such a, I don't know, when my dad showed me this song and he told me it was like the song that he would put on to run the final max speed on his runs. It's just like, yeah, that makes total sense, doesn't it? It just keeps propelling and propelling. One time he like showed me his routine as he was going. It's like this.
And
This makes so much sense. Yeah, and here's Firestarter. Well, no, he was playing Firestarter, showing me how he ran to it, and it's just like this is what this song was meant for, and such an angry vocal delivery, and just like the whole song is just like just propels anyone forward. I think.
Would you say this is like the only techno song on your list?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, in fact, I'd be willing to put money on it. Thinking back. Well, I don't really want to.
We can put it on the Strokes visa.
No.
My number 94 is Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger.
Good choice.
Just some snarky bastards being snarky bastards.
It's good to see snarky bastards being snarky bastards. We need more snarky bastards in music.
Yeah, not enough snarky bastards. Hopefully we can move into that role at some point. Being
Snarky bastards.
Snarky bastards. We
Snarky
might be
bastards.
too friendly to be the snarky bastards, but we'll give it our best effort.
Look out for our upcoming album, Snarky Bastards. Coming
Up
in.
Yours by Lemon Knife.
Snarky Bastards, Up Yours by Lemon Knife. Anyway. We're so great at being snarky bastards that last bit of banter came out so beautifully.
Yes.
Anyway, number 93, where we're actually gonna back up slightly in the peace train, and well, it's not gonna be a train. It's gonna be a car. We're gonna go back in the cars.
Crazy Train?
No.
Okay.
It's like it's cars.
Why is it peace?
I don't know, because it's more peaceful than Firestarter and probably Flagpole Sitter.
Yeah.
Sitta, sorry.
You could call this techno, so you might already owe me money.
Could you call? I guess you. No, that's true.
It's all about that
yeah.
synth.
It might be like one of the softest things Gary Newman has ever done. Unusually, we found out later.
Yeah, we saw him live.
He's super industrial.
Interesting guy, yeah. And he has a cape.
He's got a cape. He was bundled up in a mummy suit when he came out. It was wild. I mean, he's great, but it was definitely not something I expected to see.
Knowing
from the dude
just
that did Cars.
yeah. My number 93 is equally poppy synth. This is You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon.
Yep.
And it's got his great kind of like spoken delivery. I want a photo opportunity. I want a shot redemption. And then he's kind of like, and then the synth and the bass. One of the few places I can stand that slap bass sound.
I'm just completing it. Yeah, he's definitely got an unusually good knack for like the everyman lyric, the everyman lyric delivery, especially.
Yeah, it's kind of just very friendly, down to earth song.
Why am I soft in the middle now?
The rest of my life's so hard.
I need a photo opportunity. I want to, and of course Chevy Chase in the video. Anyway, number 92. We might be going even cheesier. We'll let you be the judge. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. This is Shout to the Top by Style Council. What do you say? Cheesier? Then you can call me out. Equally cheesy, different cheesy.
Maybe,
it might be different cheesy.
Yeah, maybe equally cheesy in the production.
In a different way.
Yeah.
I feel like that, just like that, is pretty cheesy though. But like, you are gonna do that when you hear it.
A big transformation. This is only a couple years after he stopped being in the Jam.
Yeah, this is a Paul Weller project, or he was part of it, I guess. And yeah, it's shocking to see. That's like, whoa, this is that dude.
Yeah, he went from like 3-piece like new wave punk to like kind of
to that. Yeah,
to like orchestral sounds on a keyboard.
And we're glad he did, because he gave us one great piece here, and really nothing else in the Style Council, if I recall.
Oh dear, I'm outraged.
That is not how Paul Weller would tell you he was outraged. I'm outraged!
Sticky up your gall.
Yeah, something like that. That's more like it. Anyway.
Alright, my number 92 is Come On Feel the Illinois, insert 7 more subtitles by Sir John Stevens.
3 exclamation points now.
Yep, from his Illinois
great
album. And this one is just kind of this great epic. It's full of flutes and pianos and things, and it's kind of got the 2 big parts, like the really peppy first half and the kind of calmer second half, and just kind of a very pretty song, very interesting song.
Shout out to local band Ian Leith and the Dozen Buzzin' Cousins for their particularly expert cover of this.
Oh yeah, it's here. Wait, they're covering that song?
Wait a minute, that's that song? Yes. So if you're watching, yes. Anyway, but anyway, we're down to number 91, and we're gonna have John reenact its intro. Can we smoke in here?
Good times are killing me.
I mean, I just figured we'd introduce it with that. No, but anyway, my favorite Modest Mouse sound used to be Dashboard, but this one just kept growing. And I mean, it's a closer to Good News, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But I bet it is.
It should be.
Yeah.
If it isn't, it's a very ill-informed choice that Mr. Brock made. But I think just like the particularly vulnerable lyrics and performances on all parts, really, and the way the instruments kind of slowly build.
The bridge is probably like his most pretty vocals ever.
And it makes such an effect in the middle of like an otherwise, fairly typical vocal performance as the instruments kind of build up. It kind of reminds me of like Road to Nowhere in that way, how it kind of keeps going
got that
forward.
Snare.
That kind of addictive little bass line. Yeah, it's a great epic piece. Although, shout out to the Modest Mouse honorable mention talking bleep about a pretty sunset.
All right. My 91 might be the most obscure artist on my list.
Is it Crazy Arm?
No, they might be in a tie with Crazy Arm.
All right.
This is The Ballad of Frank Vinieri by Tris McCall.
Oh, goodness, yes.
I found this guy from Steve Miller.
Scott Miller?
Scott Miller's amazing book, Music, What Happened, where he just listed off a bunch of songs he likes from every year and snarkily comments on them. He manages to even be snarkily commenting on his favorite songs, and a lot of great weird artists from there, such as this guy who does a lot of different things, ranging from intense rock Scatter ashes on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh my goodness, that's that guy also.
Yeah, that's that guy also.
I remember it's the guy who did the song about the fast food restaurants.
Yeah, that one's closer to this. Yeah, this one is more of a just all piano ballad about this local guy's like rise and fall through New Jersey politics.
Like due to scandals, yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like it's a really, really compelling kind of little story in song.
I remember Googling this guy and only finding a band camp and being stunned by it.
Oh, Tris McCall. Yeah, some of his songs are so good.
Mm-hmm. He should be bigger. Make him bigger. Can we get a
at least get him big enough that he tours here.
There you go.
We can go see him.
Well, anyway, that's
gonna do it for this edition.
And we'll see you next time.
Or else.